The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise. The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
In 2008, Transformers Universe began its second iteration. It had already been a thing sort of the early 2000s where they repainted a lot of Beast Wars and sort of Armada toys into new iterations of the same characters. And then you got Transformers Classics, which were the first tentative steps that Hasbro took into the nostalgia market, shall we say, where they took Generation 1 characters, gave them a bit of an update, and Bob's your uncle, funny's your aunt. 2008 Universe was probably the ultimate sort of iteration of that. Generations came along later, but I think Universe was the first time people sat up and took notice. And it really was a case of Generation 1 characters done right with the engineering that was available in 2008. Some of them don't look great now, just as classics, some of them don't look great. I'm looking at you here specifically, Hot Rod. But by 2009, they sort of exhausted all the characters they really wanted to do and had a load of toys that maybe they thought, let's repaint them and let's find characters, really obscure characters usually, that we can repaint them. Now I say this because in 2014, we're going to get a brand new version of Generations Jetfire. We already have had a version of this toy and it was a great version of the toy. So great that it's like rocking horse shit on the secondary market, and when you do find it, he is horrendously expensive, and I don't imagine that's going to change with the Generations Leader Class Jetfire coming out. In fact, I think it's probably going to get worse, if anything. But one of the repaints they did was of Generations Jetfire, and this is the toy I've got. And it's also the toy I'm going to show you today. It is Universe Treadbolt. Now, some of you might be looking at this guy and thinking of the name and thinking, I kind of know the name, but I don't know where from. Or you're just thinking, I don't know who that is. It's probably a new character. It's not a new character. And I knew straight away it wasn't a new character because, well, as everybody knows, I love me some Micromasters. I love me some Micromasters a lot. And I know that this is actually a version of this. Now, if you can't see that, I will bring it closer. I don't know how nicely you're going to be able to see that. But this is Micromaster Treadbolt from the Autobot Air Patrol from around 1990. And he's a great little toy. He's a brilliant little toy, as all Micromasters were. You know, some people malign Micromasters, I think, unfairly, because yes, you can see his head. He's got GoBot syndrome going on. But for what they were, for what they are, they're great little toys. They're very, very fun. They're very playable. They're very nice to have on a desk and just sort of fiddle around with while you're looking at an internet page or something. And I really like this guy. He's some sort of V-wing stealth bomber. Not really though, because it'd be black. But his whole deal is that he is basically Batman. He is a guy who is obsessed with stealth, not being seen, hiding in the shadows. He has this sort of faux Batman-esque personality where I am the knight and all that kind of thing. And he even looks like Batman. If you transform him, which is a Micromaster, so basically you bring his legs down and that's it. You can bring his wings in, so like that, or you can have him like that. I quite like him like that because he has this sort of Batman look about him, but I'll do it the official way for once. But there he is. There's Treadbolt. He's a great little toy. He's brilliant. I love him to bits. I love them all to bits. I mean, the articulation is limited really to that. So his arms going out. And maybe in a sitting pose. But that is basically it. He's a plane with a robot on the back of it. And I don't mind that at all. But yeah, Hasbro decided to do a new version of him using the Jetfire mould. And I really like this guy. I really like the mould anyway. And I would have liked it had it been Jetfire, but I kind of like it a little bit more knowing he's this sort of obscure Micromaster character. I do like obscure Micromaster characters. And they did a lot. They did Countdown and a few others. I think they did Tailwind. from the Decepticon Airstrike Patrol. So many to name. And I love them all. I really do love them all. But Treadbolt especially, because like I say, he is basically Batman. And who doesn't love themselves a bit of Batman? Even people I know don't like DC Comics love Batman. So yeah, he will do whatever it takes to be the stealthiest mofo imaginable. He will hide in the showers. Hide in the showers. He'll hide in the shadows for days. He will sort of not talk to anybody. He will, you know, be, like I say, this whole Eye in the Night persona, where he will just sort of hide and then jump out at people to be a bit of a dick. And it actually says on the TF Wiki page, you know, he's a bit of a creepy dick. Didn't appear in anything at all. Well, I tell a lie. He was in IDW's early comics about Transformers. He was part of the Dead Universe Micromaster set, so he didn't talk, and you saw him once, and that was it, really. It's a shame. He wasn't even in the Micromasters miniseries, because that concerned themselves mainly with the car versions, mainly with the Hot Rod Patrol, who, far from making neon and bright, they made dark, horrible, and you couldn't tell who was who. Oh, Dreamwave, you sucked. So yeah, you've got this guy who is now basically just a repaint of Jetfire, and for that alone, he's an awesome toy. We'll have a look at him. He is a Valkyrie-esque kind of a plane, but sort of not, because they don't want to incur any cease and desist notices from Bandai. So yeah, he looks enough like Jetfire, enough like that kind of plane. He's got the booster pack on the back, which we'll take off. Actually, no, we won't. We'll show what it does before that. Got two little clips on the back of the plane, two little posts, and all you do to fix it, if I'm able to, is just put it on like that. Very simple. Now you say, it's a booster pack, but Jetfire's had guns on. Well, yes, this one does. If you take these two pieces here and just pull them back, like so, then you should, boom, boom, have two big massive laser cannons on there. Oh yeah, this guy is tooled up, by the way. In plane mode, he's got these two. He's got two sort of brownish missiles on the side there, and if you look on the bottom, he's got two massive laser cannons there. This guy, tooled up, he looks the part. He looks really, really cool. Not so stealthy, really, if I'm being honest. But there you go. So if you take the booster pack off, he just becomes a normal jet, and you can actually affix his fins up to make him look like a normal jet. And I think that looks really cool. Just put the landing gear up, and I think he looks pretty cool as just a normal jet as well. He is swing wing, so you can put the wings out like so. Kind of like a Sky Striker from G.I. Joe. So it looks like a normal plane there, which is pretty cool. Looks like some sort of dragonfly, sort of insecty thing, I think. But very, very cool nonetheless. Now to transform this guy, it's very simple. Best thing to do is take his guns off there. They will affix together eventually. And you can also, if you like, because they do get in the way a bit, take these side missiles off. Side missile pods. They do kind of get in the way, I feel. Now then, it's quite an easy transformation, really. You can sort of tell how he's going to go. Best thing to do is put the fins down and lift this piece up. Like so. He comes up like so. Just get him out of the way. And then you want to take his legs, or what will be his legs. Pop the arms out first because they are tabbed in. Like so. And just pull his legs out completely like that. Very simple, very nice. Then his arms, best thing to do really is take them and twist them, because there is a post there and a sort of little caboodle there. I just pop them on there like so. Move them up. So they move like that, then move his arms down, and that's basically his arm assembly done. Then you've got this little bit here. I'm sure you can do in a sort of Gerwalk mode. Look, it's a GoBot. Hello, I'm a GoBot. Anyway, what you want to do is take this bit, lift it up like so, and take these bits, pull them out, and taking this whole bit, plonk that down, put the side bits in there, and this bit here, this bit just tabs down and becomes his chest piece, like so. Now then, the head reveal. I'm going to take that off for a minute. Head reveal is done just by twisting, and there you go, there's his face. But that's really Jetfire's face, if I'm being honest. Well, there's no being honest about it, it's Jetfire's face. But there you are. You then want to take this back bit, and that then becomes a backpack. Because there is a little hole just in his back there, and there's a little post just there. That basically just goes in, like so, fits in. Not especially well, if I'm being honest. But that becomes a little backpack, which is very nice. So it'll become apparent later why this is important. But there you have him. But it's obviously IDW Jetfire's face. Even all those years ago, they were still doing IDW Jetfire's face. But that's your basic bot. He does come with the gun. It's the two halves of the gun that go on the bottom of him when he's in plane mode. They just literally just fix together. So become one gun. Place it in his fist. And there you go, Universe Treadbolt. Done. But he has an armoured up mode. Pretty Gundam-y, if you ask me. And basically it's Jetfire's armour mode, so he looks more like his toy incarnation from the 80s. You've got his missile pods. Show you them nicely. There you go. They just go into the big holes on his arms. Like so. And like so. So he's a bit more armed up, a bit more tooled up than he was. And then, to really complete the look, and this, for me, this completes the Treadbolt look more than it does the Jetfire look. He comes with a little helmet. That just literally just slips on his head like so and stays by means of friction. He looks pretty good. Sadly, his head now sort of looks a bit proportionate out of his body, but that's okay. Definitely a bit more Japanese Gundam Eva robot kind of thing. I feel I approve, I have to say. Articulation, he's got lots of it. Basically, his arms will do whatever you want them to do. They'll go out, they'll go in. Got swivels everywhere. Very, very nice. And his legs are the same. He's got sort of double jointed legs. Very nice ratchety clicky. They go round there. They go round. Oh no, they don't. They go out. I thought they went round at the thigh there, but they don't. Oh, that's bad Hasbro. But then he was 2009, 2010, so you know. And his feet. A lot of people don't like his feet because they don't really do anything and they sort of grip the floor and they're a bit Ed 209, really. I don't mind them. I really don't mind them. I like his feet the way they are. They're not going to be like that in Jetfire, the leader class one. They're going to be completely different and good and nice, and for the price you'll be paying for him, they bloody well better be. Now we're going to take his booster pack. We're going to leave it like this though, because that can fit just on his back, like so. Just fix him on. Like so. Which looks incredibly silly and out of proportion, and he's going to fall backwards. But there is a trick, because if you take his booster pack and swing those bits forward, he now has massive honking shoulder cannons. So he can really blast the crap out of anything that sort of messes with him. And they look really cool, I have to say. His wings also can go in a variety of poses. They can go down like this. You can swing them up. That's more of a Jetfire thing, if I'm being honest. So it kind of looks even more Japanese robot. I think sort of like a butterfly, even sort of weird moth butterfly thing. I don't tend to have it like that with Treadbolt. I tend to have him down so he can complete that sort of Batman look. So it's like a cape, a cloak even, when he's bringing death from above stealthily. The other way is a bit too sort of Japanese robot for me. He is Japanese robot, so fair enough. But I prefer him to look like that. But yeah, he's kind of nice. I kind of like this guy, and I'm kind of glad I've got him. I like the colours. I like the blue. I think the blue pops more than the white on Jetfire. I think the yellow and the blue and the sort of ambery colour that he uses for his cockpit and his eyepiece and his missiles, it just works. It looks like this little guy. I mean, they're not a million miles away from each other. And I really like the fact that Hasbro started bringing out all these obscure Micromaster guys. They should do it again, frankly. I mean, they've started doing double target masters. You've got Scoop, you know, which I never thought we'd have an iteration of. I never thought ever we would see a Generation Toy of Scoop. But yeah, we need some more Micromaster guys. We need a sort of Hot Rod Patrol, as neon as they can, really. But if you can pick this guy up in whatever form he's in, please pick this guy up. I always wanted the Dreadwind version of this guy. They did do Classic Jetfire for BotCon, and it was Dreadwind. I would really love that toy. I mean, if anybody can put me on to anybody who has him or kind of is able to sort of sell him or get rid of him or whatever, just put me in touch, because I would really love that toy so much. But yeah, I haven't got it, and I probably never will. Please even bring out a Generations version. It's not going to happen, but a man can hope, right? That's all from me this week. Please, if you can find a version of that toy, get it, because I can't recommend the mould enough. But I should be back next week with, it's Masters next week, I think. And then the week after I'm going to be trying something a bit different. There's also going to be a Back to the 80s Ghostbusters DVD commentary, and Ghostbusters 2 at some point as well. We did do a Howell Ramis tribute last week, so I will put that under there for you so you can have a listen to it. Please do. We miss him still. We all always miss him. But yeah, I'll be back next week with some Masters of the Universe goodness. I don't know who yet, but I have a feeling of about 2 or 3 that I could maybe do. Until we meet next week then, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, have a great week in whatever you do, take care of yourselves and each other. See you back here next week. Bye bye for now.